Happy finally Friday. The Wenatchee AppleSox are positioned to win their first West Coast League title since 2012 tonight. Wenatchee's in Portland for the West Coast League championship game against the Pickles. First pitch will be at 7:15 at Walker Stadium. The AppleSox made the 5-hour trip yesterday. Coach Mitch Darlington says he actually began preparing for the contest soon after Wenatchee beat Bellingham on Wednesday night.
Definitely enjoyed Wednesday evening. Made the drive back home up to Chelan, got home, and then had 2 or 3 different coaches throughout the league that we're close with already sending me some scouting reports. So kind of slept on those. Woke up Thursday morning and kind of got on the phone with our assistant coach, our pitching coach, and started hammering out kind of a game plan for the guys, and then started just slowly feeding the guys information through text. Just trying to give our guys a heads up as much as possible. I knew yesterday was going to be a big travel day. We wouldn't have time to really practice and do a walkthrough. So just trying to get the mind prepared. A lot of these guys have not played in Walker Stadium. So kind of getting them prepared for that type of environment. It's a little crazy there. And just getting them kind of already thinking about how this is going to feel and look and what they're going to be experiencing.
Darlington and AppleSox broadcaster Joel Norman joined Dan Kuntz on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley this morning. Darlington says he has some inside information on the Pickles and their ballpark.
But we do have a couple interesting ones. We have Evan Cloyd, our first baseman, who played with the Portland Pickles last summer. And then we have Cooper Witten, an outfielder from UW, who's been our everyday right fielder, and he played for the Portland Pickles last summer. So both these guys are familiar with the park. And I think kind of itching to go play their old team and try to take a title from them.
Wenatchee's last title came in 2012 with a 2-1 series win over Corvallis. The league changed the playoff format 3 seasons ago to include more teams. Norman says a ton of credit needs to go to the AppleSox fans for helping Wenatchee get to the title game.
You know, this is a group that a lot of years in the playoffs, as the games go along, you see more and more guys usually have to leave over the course of it. We've only had, I think, 1 guy have to leave since the start of the playoffs, and you can tell that everyone who is here fully intended to be spending another week in Wenatchee, playing postseason baseball and doing what we did earlier this week. And, you know, I think a big part of what has helped this team be so cohesive over this week was honestly the crowds we had at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. I mean, for how little time we had to tell people about both Game 3 of the North Division Series and then the North Division Championship game, I mean, we can't thank AppleSox fans enough for how much they showed up this week, the environment they created. Mitch and I were talking about it yesterday, and it felt like, especially for us on Wednesday night, that felt like the type of stuff that we've seen photos of, but we hadn't had a chance to witness yet with this franchise. So it was really special to be able to celebrate that moment at home. And I think the really fun part now is, even though it's on the road, we've got a chance to add another really special moment to a storied history for this team.
NCWLIFE will broadcast tonight's championship live beginning at 7 o'clock with video provided by Portland and audio provided by Sunny FM Radio. We're all looking forward to that. Wenatchee's representative at the Babe Ruth World Series has made it to the Consolation Championship. Greater Wenatchee beat Winchester, Massachusetts this morning 4-1 to advance to the title game. They'll face the winner between Altamont Springs, Florida and North Providence, Smithfield, Rhode Island tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. our time for the Consolation Championship. The Seahawks feel better prepared after several days of practice against Tennessee on the road this week. Seattle has spent the past 3 days at the Titans practice facility at Ascension St. Thomas Sports Park in Nashville. Quarterback Geno Smith says the experience has been extremely valuable.
Just the competition, you know, and being able to go against someone else, another team, you know, getting that good, you know, fun competition out here on the field. You know, it's always great to, you know, go against each other. You got, you know, you got DK and Reek Woolen who compete against each other almost every day, and then you come out here and you see the difference, you know, in cornerbacks and receivers and going up against different guys, seeing different looks, you know, different schemes. And I think just overall, man, just the competition. That's the main thing.
Former Seahawks defensive backs Quandre Diggs and Jamal Adams found their way onto Tennessee's roster during offseason free agency. Quarterback Devin Witherspoon says it's been fun seeing those guys and flip a little crud to Adams while he's there.
You know how we do, man. Jamal, that's my boy, man. That's my dog. So we can talk trash to each other, man. It is nothing but love. So that's why me and him do that all the time. So yeah.
for you is the competitiveness in the last 3 days?
It's been cool though. It's been fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like getting beat, and then I had got beat a couple times yesterday, a couple times today. But all in all, like, I just got to be better. You know what I'm saying? So competition is always bring the best out you. So.
What did Jamal teach you last year? What did you learn from Jamal last year?
Just how to be a pro, how to take care of your body, how to study film. You know what you need to look for in certain situations. So he taught me a lot. And just have fun. I always know, like, your mama at home watching, so make her proud. So that's what I learned from all. Shout out to my boy, for sure.
Seattle and Tennessee kick off tomorrow afternoon at 4:05 on King 5 TV. Well, the Mariners will try to find their offense in Pittsburgh tonight after being swept in Detroit. Seattle managed just 1 hit and 1 run and a 2-1 loss to the Tigers yesterday. M's are facing Paul Skeens, who's a National League Cy Young candidate with a 6-2 record and a 2.25 ERA. Game is only viewable on Apple TV+. Well, Seattle finds itself trailing Houston by 3 games in the American League West. Texas fell to Minnesota yesterday 3-2 to drop to 10 games back. Oakland topped the Mets in New York 7-6. L.A. was idle. Well, 6 classifications of cars will race at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval this weekend. The August Heat event on the quarter-mile asphalt features the Rockstar Energy B-Mods, Plum Perfect Roadrunners, WMRA Midgets, Northwest Vintage Modifieds, B&T Towing Youth Roadrunners, and the Apple Valley Pumping Crown Vic Stocks. Gates open at 4. The racing starts at 6. Go to WVSO.com to get your tickets. Have a good weekend and go Sox.